Yo, world, what's going on? Happy New Year! Yes, 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 yes. We are live in the cave. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day because it is a new year, and Lord knows we've been waiting for this new year because last year has been crazy. For for lack of better words, there's been a lot of things. So, I'm here in the man cave. I'm your host, Cal Williams, as always, and I'm bringing to you a new host, to the man cave dynamic. I'm doing something new with the cave. I'm reintroducing a new segment and new show that once was on the man cave and bringing it back. And the name of that segment is His and Hers. So this is a man cave. Man Cave Tone Deaf Network presents His and Hers. And what better way to bring back that segment than with my queen, his and hers. You get it? So introduce, my queen, Miss Nelly B. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Doing
well. I'm blessed.
Yes,
Really blessed. Really
yes,
blessed.
yes. Doing well, looking well. Look mighty spectacular, I might say.
I mean,
No. You know. Here,
Yeah.
done nails, done fancy. Yeah. That's how we do it here, Williams family, baby. So, we're gonna recap on this year. We're gonna talk about all the craziness going on and everything going on and moving forward for 2021. And of course we're gonna, dive in and talk about a couple of things that went on with the COVID. And, I feel that the COVID has affected a lot of people worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel that it also affected a lot of couples and a lot of marriages in a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It has.
So I mean, what's your take on that? On how do you feel that it may have affected a lot of different couples and marriages? Because we know how it affected the world.
Yeah. Well, on my take from that, as far as how it has affected relationships during COVID, using us as an example.
Right.
At one point, don't know if everybody knows, but Calvin had COVID. And how it affected us was, like we had to separate ourselves. He was in isolation and I had him upstairs and I was downstairs and it was terrible. It was not being able to actually see him but on FaceTime. Having to pass some food to the door, and when you used to sleeping with someone, it's a little difficult when you got to separate yourself. So that's one of the ways it has affected us, and then once he got better, another way it affected us, as far as, by your job being short staffed, you having to work long hours, and it seemed like we was passing by, like you was going in, I was going out. I was coming in, you was going out, so that's one of the ways it really has affected us.
Yeah.
During this year with COVID.
Yeah, that's true. It did because I did get COVID, and God bless, to the Most High, I beat COVID. I'm healthy now, and move forward from that. It definitely was a scary moment because at the same time we know what this illness has done to a lot of people in the world. I mean, I myself lost loved ones due to COVID. So it was a real scary time for the family. But I'm a superhero at the end of the day, so I'm immune to a lot of things that may affect a lot of humans.
What you call yourself? Iron Man.
I'm Iron Man. I'm the Black Iron Man. That's what I do. But on a serious note, it did really affect us in that way. And you're right, because when returning back to work, our family wasn't the only family affected by it. There was plenty of families. So now short staff, and it really did feel like I was only seeing you when I was saying goodbye.
Yeah.
I was only seeing when I come in from work, you sleep, your kids asleep. I'm getting something to eat, taking a quick shower, going to bed, and I see you in the morning, give you a kiss goodbye, and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
And not seeing me again. So it really did play a major part in our household. I mean, we strong though, we have a strong united front. So it's not something that we couldn't get through, but there's a lot of relationships out there that wasn't so lucky, probably couldn't, make it through the rough time of COVID. So, it's definitely been a lot. I mean, with our living experience on us actually overcoming it and getting through it, what's some advice that you would have to other couples out there actually going through the struggle, like still going through the struggle of COVID? Because we in a new year, but we far from over.
Yeah.
So what's some advice that you would be able to share on your end on what helped you to help us?
Well, what helped me was just knowing that I had to be there. I have to be there. Somebody has to take care of you, and another thing that helped me get through this was, faith.
Yeah.
Faith. You just got to have faith.
Yeah, gotcha.
That was the main thing. It's just having faith and praying, and just hoping for the best.
Yeah. Faith over fear.
That's right.
Faith over fear. I mean, that's all we really can do. And I personally want to thank you live on air for being there for me, my love. Being there for me through my COVID time. And, helping the brother out to get back strong, because honestly, that's what we all need. Us as kings out there, man, we need peace, and we look for that, from our queen. And I want to say live that, baby, I love you. I appreciate you for being there for me, during that time and helping me get through that, helping me when I couldn't help myself.
That's right.
And I couldn't be up front and stand up on my own too. When I couldn't stand, you held me up, and you was there for me. I want to thank you for that. I appreciate that, my love.
Yeah.
You can kiss me live on air.
I kiss you live on
air. I get kisses. I get kisses. So I mean, it's really appreciated. It really is. And I mean, I would do the same. She know I would do the same. So we, that's really definitely needed out there. You got to stand together, especially in times like this. You can't stand apart. You got to stand firm, and you got to stand together. It's not a me thing. It's a us thing.
A we.
A we. That's right. Us and we. It's no just me or I. To get through any trials and tribulations, you got to stand together. And the more you stand together, the stronger you make your foundation in your home. So, that is just really what you got to do. And the thing about it is, I ain't even, how, well, in some households, you got to ask your significant other to be there or to do something. I ain't even have to ask her. It was like second nature. It was like, oh, okay, this is the situation. All right. Okay, so this is what we got to do. Boom. That's simple. That's simple. That's just what it was. So yeah, we definitely need that. We definitely need that in a lot of households, and really need that to do that. So I mean, that's our story as far as how we got through the COVID and things in that situation. If you would like to share any of your stories or any views or comments, definitely please don't email us. Join us. You're live on the show. Send us a message. Let us know. Let's talk about it. We're here to talk about it. We definitely here to talk about it. I mean, let me ask you, how do you feel, like we just spoke about how it affected us. How do you feel the kids was affected? And the reason why I'm asking you, because I was the sick one. So I really didn't get a chance to really see how the kids was affected. I may, when they spoke to me on the phone or FaceTime, I may have really, got a little glance of it. But you being the one on the forefront, you being the one, like you said, back and forth with me, getting my food, making sure things is clean. You really got to see everything from the forefront. Like, how was the kids really affected?
Well, I would say the kids was affected by, they were scared. They didn't know what to expect because of, throughout this year, we've lost family members to COVID. So I know that was the first thing, like, hoping for the best for their father, and hoping that he pulled through for this, And another way, they was affected was not physically being able to see you.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to talk to somebody on a camera,
Mm-hmm.
but it's another thing when you can actually lay eyes on that person.
Right.
You know, and then not only that, you know, they felt helpless. It was nothing they could do for you.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's how it was affected by the kids. And then not only that, not being able to go nowhere, do anything, everybody on isolation and can't go nowhere, you know, quarantining for the 14 days or whatever. It really was a tough time. It really was. It was tough for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I mean, the thing that hurt me was when I came home and I, you know, had to tell the family what was going on with me,
Mm-hmm.
like looking in the kids' eyes and actually like it was like they was like blank.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just was like straight blank. Like it's different when you read about it and you see it on the news and you know you see how it's affecting the world, but when it hits home, it's a whole different dynamic.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And that was the one thing the whole time I was quarantined and I was fighting it and I was going through it, that stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
My kids,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my wife, like what y'all was going through. And in my mind, that's actually what helped me push through, fight it, make sure I was good, you know, take the things I need to take to knock it out. It was like, nah, I can't put them through anything more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to. Like I gotta do what I gotta do to get through to this. And you know, like I said, having that united front, it definitely helped. You know, I kept that in my mind and I just kept it pushing. It was like, nah, this right here, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna get through this because looking at their faces and just seeing how they were so like blank, it's like they didn't even, I believe they didn't even know what emotion to feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just felt empty, like you said, hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's such a messed up way to feel.
It is.
Especially when it's a loved one, someone real close to you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That really helped me. I was like, nah, I'm getting through this. I'm not playing around. You know, I was taking all my vitamins and my supplements and making sure, you know, I stay active, getting my rest, everything I needed to do to, you know, to beat this. And I beat it. You know, God bless, thanks to the Most High.
Yes, yes.
And, you know, we here now. His and hers, we here now.
That's right.
That's right. We here now. We here now. You know, we gonna be discussing, you know, a lot of you know, personal things as well as, you know, couples things. And, you know, like I said, we welcome the communication with other couples. And even if you're single and you got a special friend or something, definitely, you know, join in live, you know, give us your feedback. Let's talk about it. You can email us. You know, at the bottom of the screen, you should see the email, you know, where you can email us and, you know, we could chime in. We could talk about it. We could definitely talk about it. I mean, we here. We here. We definitely here. But now we are in 2021.
2021.
2021. Oh my God.
21.
Wasn't 2020 a year? 2020 was a year.
It was. It definitely was.
It was a year. Yeah, it definitely was a year. I mean, like I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I mean, I am ready to move forward.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to 2021 and what, you know, God has in store for us.
Right.
You know, as far as moving forward, leaving everything in 2020 behind.
Yes. Yes.
Moving forward. You know, looking for greatness.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
know,
yes.
You know, and just living life.
Living life.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Because it's going to be a great year. It's definitely going to be a great year. It is not like, I feel like 2020 was so crazy and so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like after the storm is the sunshine.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for that sun to shine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it to shine. And not for nothing, we went through a lot in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We lost loved ones,
mm-hmm.
You know, I myself with the COVID, but we also had a lot of blessings.
We did.
Throughout the year as well.
We did. We did.
We moved into a new home.
Mm-hmm.
Got 2 new cars.
All in the same year.
All in the same year.
Yep.
2 brand new cars, might I add. brand new. The car matched the year, if you understand what I'm saying. Car matched the year that you in, you know. That type of move.
And the car I wanted.
And the car you wanted.
That's right.
You see that? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
God is good, I tell you.
He is.
He good, man. We had blessings. Our oldest child graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
Started her job search, finding her career and things of that nature. We started 2 new careers that we are elevating in very quickly.
That's right. That's right.
You know, it was a lot of blessings. It also was a lot of blessings. And I just want to say that because when people talk about 2020, because it was so much craziness going on in the world, all we focus on is just all the negativity that happened throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I know that we wasn't the only blessed ones that had blessings throughout the year as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of blessings. There's a lot of blessings. So, we gotta like focus on, I feel like, and give me your opinion, what you think. I feel that a lot of times people just focus on the negativity.
Mm-hmm.
They put the high beam on the negativity,
mm-hmm.
but they don't focus on the blessings enough. Everything's always so negative.
Yeah. And the thing that gets me is, as long as you're doing bad, you got all the support.
You ain't never lie.
But when you're doing good, you don't hear from nobody.
You don't hear nothing. Nothing.
Like, nobody either, shoot you a message on Facebook and be like,
yeah,
I see y'all.
I'm
happy.
Yes.
Speak
it.
But then when you're doing bad, everybody and their mama in your business
got something to say.
Never nothing positive. Always something negative.
At all. That's right. Always something negative.
I mean, that gets me. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't either. But you know what they say? Opinions is like assholes. Everybody got one.
That's a true one. Say that again. That's a true statement there. As
y'all see, we're opposites. She balances me. I'm the rough, no filter one who whatever. She's a sweetheart. So we balance each other. So as you can see, opposites do attract.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Don't run away from someone that may be the opposite of you, because that right there may be your soulmate.
Yeah, that is true.
Because we opposites.
When we first met, like I told you before.
Oh, you gonna give them that story?
Yeah, I'm gonna give.
You gonna give them that story? Give them that story. Give them that story.
When we first met,
okay,
you was not the type of guy I would be looking for.
Nah, I sure wasn't.
You just won't. Like,
people
like you, I stayed away from.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things I was not even interested about was because you was from New York.
Yeah, baby, Brooklyn, baby, all day. And why? That's what we do.
New York, I always thought New York people was crazy.
She did.
I really did.
She did.
I'm out here from Virginia.
Southern girl. She's a Southern girl. She a country girl.
Chill.
Yeah, she a country girl.
New York people are loud. They don't care what they say. They don't have no filter. Nothing.
Nah, I ain't got time for that. That's because, let me tell you something. New York is the jungle, man. That's the belly of the beast. It's survival. You know what I mean? The strong survive. So, you got to be strong or you going to get ran over. That's just how it is. And that's how I grew up. I grew up from the gutter. So, it's like, listen, it's survival. You either going to eat or you going to get eaten. That's the mentality that we have. So yeah, when we met, that's how it is. When we met, she didn't think we was gonna last long.
I really didn't.
She was like, "Oh no, this guy is too rough. He too gutter. He too rough for me."
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna make it this far.
Yeah,
but I'm proud to say, we knocking on 3 years.
Yeah,
knocking on 3 years.
Yeah. Not gonna, because once she got a taste, she couldn't let it go.
Whatever.
Couldn't let it go. You said, "Oh no."
If that's what you say.
Oh man, once you got, it was like, "Oh no, yeah, you ain't going nowhere." You said you ain't going nowhere. I said, "Yeah, baby, I ain't going nowhere."
Yeah, whatever.
But it was crazy though. Like, do you mind me telling them how we met?
No.
Okay, listen up, world. I'm gonna share a real exclusive story with y'all. This is classified 9 right here. Classified 9 on how we met. My car broke down, right? So I still need to get my black ass to work. I still had to get to work. So I called the Uber. Now I'm going back and forth on the phone, with my boss and everything, telling them I'm late, my situation and everything. So my sister had to call the Uber for me. So she, ordered the Uber for me.
Mm-hmm.
So sister ordered the Uber for me. And she was like, okay, be here in like 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. So I didn't even, how when you order the Uber, you see the person's face and everything in the profile. You see if it's a man, it's a female, you see how they look and all that. I didn't see none of that because, like I said, my sister ordered the Uber. I go outside, I'm on my phone, I'm talking my shit. I'm on the phone, whatever. I'm loud, talking shit. I get in the car. I didn't know this. She told me later on that she thought I was so rude because I got in. She was my Uber. That's how we met.
That was my part-time swing.
She was my Uber driver. Mm-hmm. So part-time job. She told me later she thought I was rude because I got in the cab, and I was all loud and, I didn't say good morning and everything. And I'm like,
that is rude.
I'm like, I'm from New York. We don't do that.
That is rude.
When the cab come in New York, you get in the cab and you go to your destination. And then when you get to your destination, you pay them and you get out. You don't be talking to them and you don't care about all that. That's how we do. So she said she thought I was rude. She told me that later. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But when I got off my phone call, I did say, oh, hello, good morning. How you doing? Didn't I?
You did.
You know what I'm saying?
You did.
You know what I'm saying? And when she turned around, I seen that face and that smile. And I was like, my NY people, I was like, yeah, I got to get that. I got to get that. So, long story short, got out of cab, we're on the way to the job. She drove me. We had a crazy conversation. Mm-hmm. The connection was just instant. Mm-hmm. We connected, we vibed. It was like a different level. It wasn't even like anything was forced. Because I worked an hour and 20 minutes away. Mm-hmm. So we had a nice conversation. Mm-hmm. And so we connected from there, we exchanged numbers and everything, and here we are.
Yep.
Here we are.
Yep. I knew your whole life story in that one drive. Pretty much. Pretty much. We was connecting, we was vibing, it was smooth, and the rest is history, She here to stay, is what it is, brother, dude. But the crazy thing about it is, mm-hmm. is I gave you my number, but I didn't take your number.
No, you didn't. She did, yeah, exactly. She tried to be slick. She gave me her number, but she ain't take my number, right? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. So you know how we do, my fellas. You know how we do. I called the number before I got out the cab, before I got out the Uber.
Trying to make sure it was the right number.
Trying to make sure it was the right number. You right, man. That's the oldest trick in the book. I said, oh, I called the number. She said, oh, so you thought I was gonna give you the wrong number? I said, it happens. It happens. I'm just saying, I want to continue this conversation. I want to get to know you. I just want to make sure. So I text her. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'll see you later and everything. But there was a twist to that too. You mind me going further, tell them the twist to that? Because yeah, it was this one, her fault. So I called her, I ain't call her right away. I waited I waited about 2-3 days. I ain't want to seem thirsty or nothing like that, because brother never thirsty. I ain't thirsty like that. I ain't thirsty bucket. So I waited. Wait about 2-3 days. Gave her a call. So now I'm like, oh, 3 rings. Okay, she trying to play. All right, I get it. Yes, hello, how you doing? Can you please leave a message? I said, oh, she ain't pick up. Oh, okay, that's what we doing. I thought it was some type of, I thought the vibe was right. I thought it was a vibe. Oh, okay. Okay. So I hung up. I waited. I ain't called back the same day, because I ain't, like I said, I ain't trying to seem thirsty. So I wait. I call back the next day. Yes, how you doing? Yes, you please leave a message. I'm not. Oh, really? This 2 days? I said, oh, okay. Shorty done played me. She'll play me. I said, oh, she done played me. She 2 days. She ain't picked. So I said, I called her one more time the next day. One more time. She ain't pick up. I said, I ain't calling her no more. I'm thinking, okay, things get busy, stuff like that. It's all good. She'll holler. 1 week go by. 2 weeks go by. 3 weeks go by. Now we had a month. Now I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, fuck it. I tried. I shoot my shot. I shot my shot. It didn't work. Okay, so good. 3 months go by. I get a text. Hey, stranger, what's up? I said, oh, because I had her number programmed in my phone. Yeah, I still had it programmed in my phone. I didn't delete it. I'm like, oh shit. What the hell? What happened? I'm thinking, and I'm like, okay. So I ain't even respond back right away. I waited. I said, I seen it all that. I know she probably seen, I read it and all that, but I was being petty now. Now I'm like, whatever. I waited till I got home. I waited the whole 8-hour shift, break, all that, ride home. I waited till I got home, got comfortable in the shower, all that before I responded. I sure did. I was being petty. I know I was being petty. But I did. And it worked. It worked. She responded. Told her to call me. She asked, was it too late? I said, nah, you give me a call, because I'm a grown man. Grown men do grown things, She called me. And after that, the rest is history. That's the full story. That's how we met. That's how this his and hers dynamic, That's how it started.
But the thing is I know people wondering, like, what took her so long to call you back or whatever.
Yeah.
The whole thing was, like I said in the beginning, I did not save his number in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You had my number.
Mm-hmm.
So until he had left a voicemail, that's how I realized who it was that was calling me. Because each time that you called, you didn't leave a voicemail except that last time.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay?
That is correct.
So that's how I knew it was you.
That's how you knew.
But what took me so long in general was my mother had called me and was like, you need to clear out your voicemail. She was like, girl, every time I call you, it keeps saying your message is full. You need to clean out your voicemail. So I'm listening to my messages and I hear his voice. He was like, hello, this is Calvin. I've been calling you or whatever. What's up? So I'm like, Calvin? Oh, the guy from the Uber. And that's how we reconnected. I reached out to him, not even knowing, by that time, he probably done moved on and got a friend or a girlfriend or whatever the case might be. But hey, I tried my shot. And it worked.
it worked, But that's not how I sound on the voicemail. I sound a bit more smooth. I was like, yeah, what's up? This is Cal. I'm trying to reach out to you, sweetheart, but it's all good, holler at me when you get a chance. I was a bit more smooth. You try to make me sound like I'm like, hey, how you doing? No, I don't talk like that.
Yeah.
I don't talk like that.
Yeah.
Man. I'm a thug. I'm a thug. Thugs don't,
All right, thug.
Thug like, baby. Oh man, let me ask you this. But since we on the topic of when we first got together and everything, let me ask you this: what was it about me that made you feel like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy a try. What was it about me? Because I mean, we spoke. Like I said, my ride was like an hour and 20 minutes. um, but what was it about me that made you feel like, okay, let me try. Let me try this.
To be honest, what really made me like, okay, let me give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
It was the fact of, me finding out that you had girls and they were living with you.
Right.
As a single parent, at one point.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm saying, you don't really find that like talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
rare.
saying?
It's rare.
It's very rare.
It's rare.
You really hear like more so the mothers raising the kids by themselves.
Right.
It's or whatever. Or the daddy got the boy, the son.
Right.
But not so much the daughters. So when I learned that about you, I'm like, it can't be but so bad. You're raising girls. You know what I mean?
Right. I got you.
And my grandma always told me, if a man got girls, you see how they treat them, he treat them, or whatever. It can't be but the best for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not always true.
Yeah.
But I went with it. I went with it, and I've been impressed. You still impress me. After 3 years, almost 3 years. I'm still impressed. Oh, whatever. Don't don't even.
So thank you, babies. Thank you, Camo. Helping daddy out. Let him know. No, but yeah, it is true. It's true. Like you don't really see that dynamic a lot with single fathers raising girls. You'll see a single father raising his son, or a father that's in their kid's life. He may get them on the weekends or holidays, but yeah, you don't really see that dynamic. I mean, I love my babies. Like they are my world. They're my world. I do whatever for my daughters, my babies, and now my stepson Isaiah. I love him to death too. So I do whatever for my kids. As long as they doing good in school like that, they can get whatever they want. It ain't even a problem. So
does that include me too?
Of course that includes you, baby. Of course that includes you, baby. Whatever you want, you know that. Swipe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Swipe. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
I will say, I'm blessed. I ain't gonna say spoiled. I'm blessed.
You spoiled. No, I'm gonna say spoiled. You spoiled.
I'm not spoiled.
You spoiled.
I'm not spoiled.
You're spoiled.
Okay, maybe
She's spoiled.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
She's spoiled. She's spoiled. And her daddy warned me when I met her. When I met him, he said, "Yeah, I'm telling you, my daughter's spoiled." He says, "I said, well, sir, I ain't got a problem with that. She good to me. I'm good to her." He said, "All right." He told me. Your pops told me he was spoiled. He warned me. And I think that I made it worse. I think I made it worse. But I will say this: you're not spoiled rotten. There's a difference.
No, it is.
There's a difference.
It's a difference. It is.
I could deal with spoiled.
Or either a spoiled brat.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I can't deal with spoiled rotten. I can't deal with a spoiled brat. I could deal with spoiled. But yeah, so you spoiled. But it's all good though.
You're spoiled too.
I am. I am. I can admit that. I am spoiled. I am. I'm not a man that can't admit things about himself. And I'm spoiled. I am. You set the bar kind of high. So, like if this ain't work and you left, or it ain't work for whatever reason, the next woman got some big shoes to fill. Cause I expect certain things now. Now. And I'm spoiled. I am.
Yeah, well, in a relationship, you're supposed to spoil each other.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
So
that's the truth. That's the truth. I really, I feel that. And it's funny you said. I'm glad you said that too, because it's a how can I say? It is believed that the woman is supposed to be spoiled,
and not the man.
But yeah, not the man. Like that's not focused on a lot, you know. A lot of, you know, oh, the woman's supposed to be spoiled, you're supposed to spoil your woman. And that is correct. I'm not saying that that's, you know, that's not correct. Because yeah, you're supposed to spoil the one you love, man or woman. But the thing is that goes both ways. You supposed, you know, the man, ain't nothing wrong with spoiling your king as well. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Showing him, you know, that type of love language as well. I mean, because there's many forms of love language, and you know, spoiling them, you know, things like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So you know, queens out there, understand that ain't nothing wrong with spoiling your king. Don't let nobody tell you it is, because that's a lie. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. I mean, I believe in you do unto me and I do unto you.
Preach.
The way you treat me, I'll treat you.
Preach.
So
that's right. But
right. Everybody don't see it that way.
That's the truth. So. That's the truth. And majority of them are single.
Yep.
The majority of them are single.
Yep.
Yeah. Calling their friend in a relationship, asking for advice.
Yeah. But you know, I'm glad you touched on that, because you know, what kills me in relationships is when you have married people getting advice from somebody who's single.
Talk it. Speak on it.
Like,
speak on
how can you tell me what I should and should not do in a marriage, and you're single, never been married? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't know what it even means or feels like to be married.
That's a fact.
Like, I don't get that.
That's a fact.
So moving forward, since we, you know, we in the new year now, as I said to you, you know, it's now time to build around and be around people who want the same as you.
Yes, I agree.
You know, like somebody who wants the best in their relationship, in their life.
Yes.
Not somebody who is single and got all the advice in the world, but can't keep a man or a woman for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
you're right.
I got an issue with that.
You're right.
So that's one of our goals, is mingle around people who wants the same.
That's right. Surround ourselves around the same energy.
The same energy.
The same things that we want. That's right. You did say that. You did say that, and we was talking about that, and it's the truth. I feel the same way. Like, if we don't share the same energy and we don't have the same goals, then I don't need to give you too much of my time. If any of my time. You know, like I've learned to be real selfish with my time and my energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have a lot of people that feel away or feel like, oh, well, you shouldn't be like that. You know, you got to take this in consideration, or maybe this, maybe that. Is wrong for you to think that way. My question to that is, why?
Yeah.
Why is it wrong for me to be selfish with my time, my energy? The root word there is mine. This is my time, my energy. I determine how I want to spend that time and where I want to put that energy. And especially when I'm not getting the same energy back. Why would I give you my time and my energy and you not giving me the same back? You're giving me a whole different other negative energy. I don't feel there's nothing wrong with that. So
I agree.
Don't feel a way about determining where and when you want to give your time and your energy to someone, or if you want to give it at all. Especially when you give it negative energy back from those other people. You got to remove it.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
I ain't got do you have any examples that you can give to the people of when you wasn't getting the same energy back and you had to remove it? Because I know we went through something like that before with people. You know. Do you have any examples that you want to share with the world?
Well, one example is, you know, okay, we can use us as an example. Because we are a divided family, as far as, when I mean divided, like, he has his children.
Don't say divided, baby.
But not
say blended.
Blended. Okay.
There we go. Blended.
Blended family, far as, you know, he has 2 girls, I have a son.
Right.
So we find ourselves, you know, having to be having to share our time a lot with both sides of our family, far as my side and your side.
Right.
So we have run into where holidays, you know, we want to be with all our family.
Right.
But
it don't always happen.
That's almost impossible. It doesn't always happen that way.
It doesn't happen that way.
So sometimes you know, like this year, we spent our holiday with his family. And I think it was Christmas Day,
we spent it with your family.
With my family. You know, because, you know, our family together, we celebrate Kwanzaa. But Christmas Day, we all know, is on December the 25th.
Right.
So for Christmas Day, my family still celebrate Christmas. So we went there.
And we celebrate the holiday with them.
And then
the next day
starts Kwanzaa.
We celebrated that with my family.
Correct.
So we find ourselves having to, like, you know, alter, you know, which is, you know, you have to do that. Relationships is about compromise. So you have to make sure that, you know, it's always compromising, making sure that you're covering both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? So that I get the example you're saying, choosing and knowing where and when to place your energy. So that's the example, right? An example like that, we have to split our time and our energy through, you know, both sides. Don't ever feel away, people, about doing that. You have to. You have to.
Yeah, you know? You have to, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about family.
Yes,
you know?
It is. Yes, it is.
You have to learn how to balance between families.
Yes.
You know, so nobody feels left out or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
But I have come to the conclusion now, as a result, I have learned that you can't be 2 places at once.
No.
You know, you just can't. You can't be 2 places at once. So now what we have decided to, one year we celebrate with your family, the following year we celebrate with our family. And that will, you know, cut out anybody feeling any type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
or the other alternative we said too, we always coming up with all types of different ways, and then narrowed it down to the best one. The other one we also said too is splitting the day in half. Spending the morning to the evening with one side, and then spending the evening to the night with the other side. You know what I'm saying? So I know us. We're gonna try both ways. That's just how we are. And see what works for us. You know, and you gotta do.
But all of that is an example of working together, teamwork. You know, teamwork is very important. Not only that, communication is important when it comes to relationships.
Yes, it is.
You have to communicate. If you don't have good communication, to me, you have no foundation whatsoever.
You're done.
None. And over the years of us being together, I think that is what has brought us this far, is good communication.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Our communication's dope. We barely. We probably had 2 arguments within 3 years.
And those arguments didn't even involve us.
It didn't even.
It just was letting somebody else
shift our
energy.
And and because we're the closest, you know, your significant other is always the first one to get it. So, you know, that energy got directed, you know what I'm saying, towards each other when it really shouldn't have. You know, but we got through that. And we definitely made it happen. We moved forward from there.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, now that it's 2021, you live and you learn, you know, and you don't keep making the same mistakes. You learn from your mistakes.
Yes, this is correct.
And you move on.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't harbor feelings. Anytime you try to hold on to feelings and bring it up 2 years down the line, 5 months down the line, it doesn't do anything but just cause further problems. Once you get through a situation, that situation should be over. That situation should not be brought up in another conversation. That situation should not be used as an example. That situation should not be thrown back in the person's face, because once you do that, that right there means you truly did not get over that situation, or you got over it, but you still dangling it over the person's head as a mistake that they made. That's not cool. That's not cool. Once you go through something, you go through it, you get through it, and you move forward.
Yep, that's it.
You know, that's what we do. Like we barely argue, and I don't like to argue. So you know, at times when we do argue,
really,
I just sit there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not pointing. I'm not pointing the finger at nobody.
So you let me argue by myself, is what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is that I don't argue. That's all I'm saying.
So what do you do?
I just sit there. I just sit there.
So you have learned that it's the best thing for you to do.
Yeah, silence is a powerful thing. Being silent, it's a powerful thing. And then when the person that's irate, you know, calm down and stuff, then you just say, "Are you done? Are you done?" You know, it's a powerful thing right there. It is definitely a powerful thing.
Yeah, you know, well, I will say you will not argue back with me.
I don't.
You would just be like, okay, you got your point, whatever. Now, if you don't agree with me, you know, you still wouldn't like per se argue with me, but you would be like, okay, let's talk about it.
Right. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's figure out what's the reason why you're so angry, or what is it, you know, that's making you upset.
Right.
You know, or whatever. He always tried to find a resolution. I'm the one that's like rah rah rah. You know.
And she was scared to date me because I'm from New York. Country girl. Country girl. Yeah.
You know, I to be honest with you, because you're from New York, I have to like show that I can stand my ground.
You got a buck.
You can't be weak with a New Yorker. I'm just trying to tell you.
You can't.
You just can't. You can't be weak.
You can't, because you're drowned. Because even though I don't argue, I have a real strong tone in my voice, and I have a real strong voice, as I've been told. So when I raise my voice or I get aggressive, it really comes off like you really hear and see the aggression. So yeah, you know, but I'm better now. I'm better. I'm not, you know, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore.
Okay. You've learned.
I've learned. I've grown.
Okay.
I've learned and grown. I don't.
There's nothing wrong with growth.
Yeah, it's growth. Growth is a powerful thing.
Growth is powerful.
Growth is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
It's very powerful. You know, I don't do that no more. I just don't. I don't do them things no more. I don't do them things no more. I'm a different type of person. You know? I think.
You think?
I think. Am I?
So you know, you asked me, you know,
talk to me
in front of everybody, what made me, you know, say, okay, what made you?
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to swallow the Hennessy. I'm sipping on some Hennessy right there. This is not apple juice. Okay, so what made me? Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your smile.
Okay.
Your smile I just melted. I said, whoa. You turned around, and when I said good morning to you, after I got off the phone, right? And I said good morning. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I was on the phone. You know, good morning. How are you? So I said, and you turned around and said, well, good morning. How are you doing? And No, you didn't smile right then. And you said, good morning, how you doing? So then I'm the one that initiated the conversation, started talking. And it was something I said. Oh, it was about, okay, that, see, the dots connect. It was when I said about, me and my kids, because you asked me, you said to me, you not from here. And I said, no, I'm not. And you said, I could tell. You was like, your accent, the way you speak, you from up north, you from New York. And I said, well, damn. And I said, damn, is it that obvious? And you was like, yeah, it's that obvious. So then you asked me, you said, well, how long have you been out here? And then I started talking. I started telling you I've been out here, me and my kids, my daughters. And you was like, oh, okay. Now you automatically assumed that I was in a relationship because I said I was out here with my kids. I knew you did. So that's why I cleared that up right away. I said, no, it's just me and my daughters. I'm a single dad. And when I said that, it's just me and my daughters, I'm a single dad, you slightly turned. You didn't turn around fully, but you slightly turned. And I seen you. You thought I didn't. I seen you. You slightly turned and you looked at me and you smiled. When I seen that smile, I said, wow. I said, oh, okay.
Okay, so the smile got you.
The smile got me. Okay. I said, okay. I said, I gotta see if I could talk to her further. I said, that smile right there. Yeah, that's what got me.
Okay, but that's in the beginning. But even now, like after that,
right?
What was the kicker?
What was the kicker?
Like what made you be like, this is gonna be my woman?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The first time you spent the night with me, the first time you spent the night with me is when I realized that I can see this going further. Because it's one thing when you go out with someone and they return home and you return to your home. It's a different element when you wake up with that person. When you wake up with that person, it's a different element. That right there lets you know if you could see this further or if it's just a booty call. I'll be honest. When you wake up, any guy know what I'm talking about. Any man know what I'm talking about. When you wake up with a woman, you know from that vibe, from that feeling, that connection, however you want to word it, if you can see this going further or if it just was a good night. And that's when I really knew, like we already had a connection. We already had a connection. We already vibed, the connection, everything was there. But the first night you spent the night with me, nothing about that felt like just a good time. Everything about that felt like this is long term. She's a different type of woman, and that's what I need. Even before any sexual thing happened. Even I'm not talking about the sexual touch or anything, just everything about that was a different level. And that's when I truly know, like, this is long term. This is gonna be my woman. This is gonna be my wife. This is different. It's a different feeling, a different vibe, everything. Like I said, my kings out there understand what I'm speaking. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew.
Well, what made me know was at the beginning of our life, when we first got together, when we first met, I was at a breaking point.
You was.
I was done.
Okay.
I didn't want to have anything to do with a man.
Okay.
Because before I had bad relationships, you know what I'm saying? People treated me bad or whatever. It was terrible, you know? And I had got to the point where I just was like, I'm done. I can't do this no more,
Okay.
You met me at that point,
Okay.
and you was able to help me get through
Right.
the tough time.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You made me feel like you was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you was there with me. You encouraged me. You motivated me. Never showed any point of he was gonna do the same like everybody else did.
Right. Right.
You know, so that's when I realized you here to stay.
Right.
Because when I was at this breaking point, it was like 3 months.
Okay.
When we first was in, 3 months in.
Right.
Any other man that I had been with at that point, you already showing me you got drama.
Yeah.
You know, you going through some craziness or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you stuck it out with me. You know?
You know, that's what separates a king from a boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not saying that trying to be arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that trying to be cocky. I'm saying that expressing the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because you grown in age doesn't make you grown in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And when you elevate to a certain point as a man, you then elevate into a king.
Mm-hmm.
Some men are stuck
Mm-hmm.
at being a boy. They may be 30 plus, but mentally they're stuck as a boy.
Mm-hmm.
So they move as a boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do things as a boy. They call themselves a man, but they still a boy. You know, it's not what your mouth says, it's what your actions show.
That's right. That's right.
You know, so I mean, like and I'm not exempt to that. I went through that as well. I went through that growth process.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
But I elevated and I grew.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the next level. Some people do not. You know, we all did. I've been there. So I mean, that's what when you met me, I was a king. I was no longer a boy, and I haven't been a boy for a long time. You know, I took those steps to elevate. So when you met me, I was a king. I was a king in search of my queen. So my mental was different. The way I moved was different. The way I thought was different. The way I handled situations was different.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about me was different. My mental state was at another level.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're a king already and your mental state is at another level, it's not difficult to embrace a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that every queen needs a king and every king needs a queen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't hard to embrace that. When I seen it, I seen that it hasn't been recognized.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that it's been dampered. I seen that it's been played with. So it was my job to recognize that, uplift that, and polish it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you did the same for me. Even though I was a king, I myself has been played with, dampered. I needed to be polished as well.
Mm-hmm.
We polished each other and uplift each other, and that's what made us great. You know, so you know that's just what it is. I mean, I love it. I love everything about us. Oh, I see we have a special guest here. Whoa, let me find out. We talked her up. Oh, we got a special guest here, y'all, tonight. It's our eldest child. Oh, I'm about to add her to the broadcast right now. AK,
Don't do that.
what is up? Show your face.
No.
Show your face. Where you at? AK, I need. Show your face.
Oh
Show
my
the
God.
world.
Why are you doing this?
Oh man, how she gonna join the show and then she ain't gonna want to show her face, world? Hey Kayla, oh, she gonna give us a little. She gonna give us a little.
Oh my
What's
God.
wrong? Listen, world, how you doing? This is our oldest child, Kay Niece. Yes, she is also the CEO and the owner of Drip Clothing. Y'all probably seen me promoting that and shouting that. Yeah, I got the CEO of Drip Clothing, you know, on the show. She acting a little shy right now.
I don't do this.
You don't do this. Oh no. We in here having an uplifting talk about, you know, the foundation and the family. I seen you in the back room. How you gonna come in the back room and not join the show, Miss K? Show your face.
I don't know.
She's shy. That's okay. We're gonna get her on the next show of his and hers. we're gonna have my children on the show of His and Hers. This is gonna definitely be a dynamic for the family, a dynamic for couples. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things. So, Kay, we gonna see you later since you acting shy and you don't wanna show your face on His and Hers. But we're gonna get back to you. So we're gonna get back to the show. Thank you. Oh, there go the peace sign. We gotta leave the peace sign. We got a peace sign. Okay. There you go. There you go. You see the world? There you go. All right. I mean, jumping in on the show, beautiful thing right there. Family. See, we said family first.
That's
Family
right.
over everything.
That's right.
So before we close out to the world, baby, is there any last advice you want to give to the listeners, to the fans, to the viewers, about having a strong, united front? Because that's the main topic that we touched on tonight.
Yeah, well, the main thing is, like I said before, communication. Communication is the key. If you don't have good communication, you don't have no foundation. You can't set up for a foundation without good communication.
Bars.
You just can't. Not only that, another example, well, not example, advice I'm going to give is stop allowing people who don't want the same thing that you do dictate so much of your life.
You hit it right on the nose.
You just gotta stop. You gotta stop getting advice from people who don't want the best for you or trying to see you do good. All they have for you is negativity. Example, such as if you and your significant other is going through something, first thing they want to say, oh, you need to leave them. You need to leave them. You need to leave them. You can find better. You can do this. You can do that. If you want to leave. But don't leave because somebody else wants you to leave.
That's a fact.
You got to live for you, not for somebody else. You cannot allow people who don't want to see you do good dictate your life. You just can't. Another thing I want to give is going, now that we're in 2021, if you want to be better, you got to do better. You have to do better. You can't say, oh, I want to do better, but then you still have your old habits. You still have your whole old ways.
Yes.
You have to let go of those things and move on.
That's right.
Start doing better, and better starts within you. It doesn't start with, anybody can come in and say, oh, I want to help you. I want to help you to get to where you need to be or want to be, whatever. Can't nobody help you if you ain't trying to help yourself. You have to, help starts within yourself first.
That's right.
So that's the advice I want to give for 2021. The goals that we have set for us is we want to, one, start being around people who are positive and want the best for us. We want to one day own our own business, which we did start that. We did. We started that in
COVID slowed it down.
But we started our own business in 2019.
2000.
Was it 19? Maybe 2020.
Beginning of 2020.
We started our business in 2020. We had started a His and Hers cleaning service for residential homes.
That was doing real good.
Was doing excellent. But then when COVID hit, that slowed down, but that's okay.
It's all right.
That's all right. We believe and have faith that God is going to make a way for us to start that again. And this time it's going to explode.
Yes.
It is. We are definitely going to get back to where we were and making our own mark. God is going to bless us to where hopefully one day we won't have to work as hard doing it ourselves. We can have people working for us, because I don't know about you, honey, but I am tired of punching a clock for somebody else. I am ready to go to work.
Oh yeah.
When I want to, not
Yeah.
because I got to. I want people to be able to work for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to work for somebody else.
That's right.
You know,
I just
that's
want
my goal.
I just want to drive and pick up the money. I don't want to do nothing else. Come back home, drive, pick up the money, come back
You
home.
know, that's just what the goal we have set for us. Another goal we have set, May 2022, God be willing, you know, we will actually, because now he always says I'm his wife, because God says, you know, speak and it shall happen.
Mm-hmm.
Speak into existence. So, quote unquote, we are really not married, but in
We're
2022
engaged.
we are engaged. 2022 we will be married.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and we are asking for blessings on top of blessings
Top
for
of
that.
blessings.
You know, I know God got us.
Yes, he does.
He ain't failed us yet.
Yeah, sure hasn't.
You know,
Sure hasn't.
so that's the goals we have set
Mm-hmm.
for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
to be nothing but great. That's it.
There you go.
Nothing but great.
Nothing
We're
but
waiting
greatness.
for greatness, showers of blessings,
That's right.
continuance of blessings.
There you go.
Yes, yes.
There you go. Amen to that.
And we want greatness for our kids. You know, we want them to be great.
Mm-hmm.
They already great
Yes.
in our eyes.
In
They're
our
gonna
eyes.
always
That's
be
right.
great.
That's right. That's
But
right.
we want them to continue to be great
That's right.
and be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're teaching them young
Mm-hmm.
that in order to get what you want, you gotta work for
You
it.
gotta work for it.
It doesn't just come free. It doesn't just come easy.
Nope.
You know, so we are teaching our kids that.
Mm-hmm.
And so far they all got their mind straight.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
they all got something they looking forward to.
That's right. That's
and
right.
we're gonna keep pushing them.
We're gonna keep
pushing them.
We're gonna keep pushing.
Yeah. So
Keep pushing them.
do you have anything you would like to add to the people?
Oh no, babe. I mean, you hit it in a nutshell. I don't have anything else to say. I don't have nothing else to say. You covered all elements, and that is wonderful. I just want to say thank you for tuning in to this episode of The Man Cave. The Man Cave and TDR Network presents His and Hers. That is this segment, and you will be blessed to see this segment once a month, you know, on TDR, The Man Cave, where my lovely wife will be joining me, and we will be doing the His and Hers segment once a month. Who knows? It may flourish into its own show. Who knows? But right now, we're introducing it to the world through the Man Cave and TDR Network. I want to say thank you for tuning in.
Yes, yes. And I just want to add, ladies, I got your back. I got your back. Yes, yes.
She sure does.
I got your back.
She sure
does. It is the Man Cave, okay? But I have added myself in between. You know, I've added myself. Ladies, I got your back.
She sure does. She sure does. And fellas, y'all already know. You know, Cal got your back. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day, how we do. Yeah. But thank you for tuning in. I mean, without you, there'd be no us. So once again, you know, the Man Cave listeners and Man Cave fans and followers, and the TDR Network listeners and followers, you know what I'm saying? We love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. And once again, as always, I like to shout out all the other shows on TDR Network because they're all great shows. So when you get a chance, you know, anywhere you listen to your podcast networks, you can check out any one of the TDR network great shows. Check us out. For 2021 is definitely, you know, we're definitely going crazy. There's been a lot of growth with the network, and we're going to continue to grow. So
that's right.
Thank you for tuning in. Man Cave, His and Hers. We out of here.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.